Let's cut to the chase. Before I begin my spiel on these two teams that Kuki Shinobu actually fits well in, she is a character that is very underwhelming in the wrong situations and average, at best, in the right ones. By virtue of being an electro healer, she provides what no other electro can provide, and no, prototype Amber Lisa or Yai Miko does not count. And because of this healer role, Hoyoverse gave Kuki literally no damage, and thus her role in the team is very, very clear. So, here's two actually good Kuki Shinobu teams. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening YouTube, it's your Slime King Dejima Man, and welcome to another video. The first team I'd like to talk about is a Hu Tao Taser variation. Alright, hear me out before you utterly disregard this team because healers for Hu Tao are bad. Let me present my case. The team is Hu Tao Sensho Official and Kuki Shinobu. This team is most similar to a double Geo Hu Tao team. The only difference is it doesn't require two other limited 5-star supports. It provides the same amount of comfort and the same amount of damage for less investment, not only resin-wise, but also primo-gem-wise. How does it work then? This lies in what set you give Kuki Shinobu. The key is giving her Instructor set and, if available, Freedom Sworn. Kuki Shinobu has an easy way to proc Freedom Sworn and Instructor, and that is through her burst. Her burst will trigger both Freedom Sworn and Instructor, allowing you to buff Hu Tao immediately and immensely. Pair that with running Elegy on Official, and this team suddenly competes with Hu Tao's more expensive baseline team. I know. Acquiring two limited 5-star weapons is the same, or even more difficult than obtaining limited 5-star characters. But hear me out. This is the best possible team right now that utilizes Kuki's strength. Okay, now we know how it works. What about Kuki's healing from her E? The real crux of this team comp is in how you perform rotations. Of course, most Hu Tao teams are relatively easy to play, but in this particular composition, you ignore Kuki's E until you feel the need to use it, and that is when Hu Tao is almost about to die. Kuki heals, but not enough, especially at low investment, to bring Hu Tao back up to full, and thus maintaining that 33% pyro damage bonus. Again, Kuki's burst as well alone is enough to both proc Freedom Sworn and Instructor. This kind of team comp brings you a very low investment team that rivals the comfiness of a double Geo team. Okay, we're using two 5-star weapons in Elegy and Freedom Sworn. The thing is, it is still good even if you don't use these weapons, purely because it's the comfort this team provides that makes it a decent option even without the 5-star weapons. The only other options for comfort if you do not have Zhongli is using Thoma or Yanfei in VV Vape teams, but in those cases, both of those units either require investment or constellations to have a good shield and burst off cooldown. In Freeze Melt teams with Diona also requires more investment in order for it to work. Thus, this brings an actual value proposition to using Shinobu if you do not want to heavily invest into support just for the sake of your Hu Tao. The next team I want to talk about is a Xiao team. This one is a lot easier to understand than the previous one, and it might be more applicable to more Xiao owners out there than it might first be taken for at a glance. The team is a mono electro team with Xiao, Kuki, Yai Miko, and Official. This time Kuki is running a tenacity set to buff Xiao and provide much needed heals to sustain him under his burst. Again, this is a low investment alternative that works really well with Xiao and allows you to run double or triple electro provided you have the ER for it. In this team, she is once again replacing Zhongli for the same amount of comfort but for less investment. The difference is, unlike in the Hu Tao team earlier, you actually make use of your E here every rotation in order to sustain Xiao. Kuki Shinobu is an electro healer, and in the current landscape of the game today, if all you really do is heal, it will not take you far in team compositions. However, by virtue of being an electro healer that can consistently trigger tenacity, she gives an alternative to the best options and becomes a valid one if you do not have those best options or simply do not want to invest too highly into these units. She doesn't deal enough damage to replace Fischl or Beidou. She doesn't apply as much electro as Fischl. She doesn't give as much energy as Raiden or Fischl. But she is one half of electro resins. What she does provide is healing and comfort to hyper carry led teams. What do you think of Kuki Shinobu so far? Tell me down in the comments below or come at me at twitch.tv/thejimaman, where I stream Genshin almost every day. Come join the Slime Kingdom Discord where I feed you slime condensate every day. This is our parting. Farewell.